Hey Matthew, we've got another hot sci-fi, not Warhammer
This is
game.
fucking Warhammer.
No,
I know. I look at the ship. Look at the ship.
No.
That's Warhammer.
it's Battlefleet Gothic. It's not Warhammer.
What's this inspired by?
Warhammer
I'm leaving.
may or may not be. Well, no, it is. To be fair, it's a Games Workshop side property set in the Warhammer 3000 universe.
Oh, you tricked me.
We're fighting the Chaos ships of Abaddon the Despoiler.
Who?
He's the right hand of Horus the Heretic. I can't get into that. We don't have the hours required to recount the 30 books in the Horus Heresy series.
Sounds like you're talking about like Lord of the Rings here.
This game is awesome. It's in beta. This is the multiplayer beta. We're actually fighting the AI because, as you'll see, there's a lot going on in this game. It's hard enough for me to do it and think about what I'm recording. I don't want to, add a real human being into the equation.
I noticed one thing. This UI is StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like the Wings of. It's the exact same as the Wings of Liberty UI.
I don't really like it. I don't like the green. I think it changes depending on which faction you're playing as.
Yeah,
but I tend to only play as the Imperials because, of course, I will. I'm a human.
Are you fighting the elf people that you talked about in the last Warhammer-esque video?
No, I'm fighting Chaos, the evil humans. There's this is all about small fleets. Your fleet grows, obviously. As you level up, you get access to more different classes of ships. You can deploy more ships. But it's ultimately small fleets over, short, pretty short objectives, really.
Resuming normal function.
Which is what the Battlefleet Gothic is a board game. I should have made that clear.
I was going to say, is this... I really like the slowdown time stuff as, like, rockets hit the ships.
This is the tactical cogitator. You can hit that at any time, and as you'll see, it's essential because you've got to issue a fuck ton of commands every time you want to do something.
It's, like, really cool. Can you zoom right in and watch, like, the rockets hit ships?
Yeah, you can, but again, like... I'm fucking trying to do a lot here, so unless you're planning on taking, like, a nice screenshot, which I will do for the review... it's probably not something you'll do.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
At university, sometime last week, you were mentioning some space game. Is this the one you were talking about?
Yeah, this is the multiplayer beta. Anyone who pre-ordered the game can play this now up until release. Progress will be wiped upon release. It's got the prologue, first couple of missions of the campaign, which is interesting, and you can play as either Chaos or the Imperial Guard in multiplayer or skirmish matches. A lot of the options are locked until the base game releases, and you can't play as the Eldar or Orcs. But in my experience, all the factions feel really quite different. They have a lot of different strengths.
Do they? Because that's a problem with a lot of strategy games, is that it just feels like each faction is like a carbon copy of the other. Like, say what you will about StarCraft, the Protoss, Zerg, and Terran all play so differently to each other, and that's what makes that strategy game good, whether or not you think it's good or not.
Yeah, I joke about, my feelings on StarCraft. It's yeah. This game, the ships are. I think there are weaknesses into how the ships interplay, like the different classes and stuff. Because I haven't really found a good reason not to just have the biggest ships, as many as you can fit on the screen, because they are more powerful.
At your command.
But yeah, I guess when the game releases, we'll take a look at the campaign and we'll get more into how the progression works. In that there is a persistent progression in the multiplayer and the campaign. So if you lose a ship, then your ship will be heavily damaged, and you won't be able to use it again for a couple of turns, because it kind of works on a weird turn basis.
How does that work? It all seems to be in real time.
Yeah, the battles are, but out of battles. So like if one of my ships gets destroyed here, I'll be able to repair it for a lot of money when I get back to port. Or I can wait for it to be repaired, I think. But I won't be able to use it in the next match or two without...
What's the campaign? Is it like the... what's the mode in Star Wars Battlefront? The Galaxy? Galaxy?
I would say it's more like XCOM, where you've got a load of sectors under your command and they're being assailed by different factions.
Understood.
Ah, okay. Wait, that's not at all like XCOM.
Well, XCOM, you have a number of countries under your protection, and they're getting assailed.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think of that.
I think, again, you only can play the first couple of missions, so you don't really get into the broader mechanics, but that appears to be what it is, which is exciting, because they haven't mentioned it at all in the development of this game. which is a shame because it seems really cool. And
Orders
yeah,
received.
it involves all the factions. There's a 5th faction, the Space Marines, coming sometime after the launch.
Orders.
Wait, the Space Marines aren't in the game by default?
No, they weren't in the original.
Reloading.
Sorry, I called it a board game. It's a tabletop. It's it's not on a board. You play on.
Yeah.
It's like a Warhammer, basically.
Yeah, I assumed that's what you meant, yeah.
And they weren't in the original game either. So it's not super weird. It's people are saying they're holding the thing back as pre-order bonus, and they are. You know how you can imagine there was negative response to that.
Yeah, and it just seems weird that a Warhammer game won't have Space Marines in it.
I think it's great that they can do that because even you as somebody who's not into Warhammer, you're used to Space Marines being the thing about all these games.
Orders received.
And Space Marines aren't among the top 10 exciting things about the Warhammer UK, but 40k universe to me. It was kind of exciting.
Engines
Yeah,
to
I guess.
maximum.
It's kind of exciting that we're playing as humans in space right now, as opposed to Space Marines. To me, personally.
What's the difference between Space Marines are humans in space?
They're like Spartans that can live forever, basically.
Ah, okay.
Whereas we're playing as fucking normal-ass humans with some implants, fighting the hordes of chaos. And there's really smart decisions. I hope to get to this in my review, because we'll have a review up when the game's launched, obviously, and I can play the campaign. But there's really smart ways with the ways they handle the maneuverability. You can pull really hard thrusters. Changing the direction of your ship really quickly, basically, but you're burning fuel doing it. And that will give you away your position to the enemy if you haven't already encountered them. So it's like you can fire torpedoes across a map. They will get all the way across the map. So if I fire a bunch of torpedoes at your ship, you might have to pull evasive maneuvers to avoid the torpedoes because they will damage you if they hit you. But by doing that, you'll give away the class of your ship, so I'll know where your heavier ships are, or your lighter ships are. It's like I've played quite a bit of the multiplayer in the past, and it is really quite frantic and compelling.
Where did your ship just warp to? It just kind of disappeared.
So if I don't want to lose my ship or have to repair it after the mission, you can warp them out. They may get lost in the warp for a few turns, but basically they won't get damaged the same way.
Ah, okay.
So that's really key. So there, you see, I took my eyes off my 2 escort ships, the 2 smaller ones. I hit the thrusters, forgot about them, and they just rammed into the ass of that ship and blew up. But yeah, it's okay because escort ships they're not handled the same way. They kind of don't matter. You don't level them up. But there's like huge leveling trees for the main ships.
Can you name your ships?
Yep.
Ah,
You can crew them. I think there's a paint system, but that seems to be locked.
that's cool.
So here's his last chaos ship, trying to jump to the warp. Fucking ram its ass open.
Engines hot.
Just shoot rockets into your own ship there.
Awaiting
A little
orders.
bit. But yeah, there's like ram mechanics, and they are so goddamn fun. Because you literally break ships in half. Ships have like their own, dynamic damage systems, so they will get fucked up in ways. You can target specific parts of a ship. It's so cool. I can't wait to check that out more.
It seems cool.
Check back soon.